All right, guys, let's talk about something important. You've probably wondered about this but never asked anyone. What actually happens to your prostate when you ejaculate every day? Is it good for you or is it causing problems? It's the kind of question most men think about but rarely bring up even with their doctor. Because for a lot of us, the prostate is this mysterious gland we ignore completely until something goes wrong. We hear rumors that worry us, and we often just push those concerns aside, hoping everything will work itself out. And here's the truth, this can be really uncomfortable to discuss even in a doctor's office because there's so much shame and bad information floating around out there. But letting embarrassment keep you from taking care of your health is honestly one of the biggest mistakes you can make when it comes to your quality of life. So today we're cutting through all that noise. In this video, we're looking at what the actual research says about how often you ejaculate and what that means for your prostate health. We'll walk through three major transformations happening in your prostate once you pass 40. And I'm giving you a straightforward game plan with practical steps you can take starting today to protect your prostate for years to come. Stick with me because one of the strategies involves an everyday food sitting in your pantry right now that science shows is incredibly protective for your prostate. If you're tired of doctors dancing around the facts and you want straight answers about men's health, go ahead and hit like, drop a comment letting me know where you're from, and subscribe because we're here to give you information you can actually use without the medical jargon or the runaround. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is this gland we're talking about? Picture a walnut-sized organ positioned directly underneath your bladder that circles around your urethra. That's the tube carrying urine from your bladder out through your penis. And this gland's primary job is creating the fluid that protects and carries your sperm, which makes it essential for reproduction. During your younger years, this gland quietly does its work in the background without causing you any trouble. But here's what you need to understand. Once you hit your 40s, this gland naturally starts getting bigger, and that's completely normal for most men as they age. The problem is when it enlarges, it starts pressing against that urethra I mentioned, which creates those frustrating symptoms so many guys start dealing with. We're talking about trouble getting your stream started or noticing it's weaker than it used to be, getting up 2 or 3 times every night to use the bathroom, which destroys your sleep quality, and that annoying sensation that you never fully empty your bladder no matter how long you stand there trying. And if you're nodding along to any of this, let me tell you, you're in good company because millions of men experience these exact same frustrations. Now let's get to what you really came here to find out. The core question about whether ejaculating frequently through masturbation or sex is helping your prostate or hurting it. The research on this is actually really interesting, and I want to lay it out clearly for you. Scientists published a major study in European urology where they tracked several thousand men over almost 20 years, and what they discovered was striking: the men ejaculating more often, we're talking roughly 21 times monthly or more, showed notably lower rates of prostate cancer when compared to guys only ejaculating 4 to 7 times each month. So we're seeing real measurable protection here. The main explanation researchers offer is what they call the flushing hypothesis. And it's pretty straightforward when you think about it. Every time you ejaculate, your prostate essentially gets cleaned out. This natural process removes old cellular material and potentially dangerous compounds or cancer-causing substances that would otherwise sit there accumulating in the tissue and potentially triggering inflammation or abnormal growth. It's basically like running clean water through your pipes regularly to keep buildup from forming. Now, here's what I really need you to understand. Frequent ejaculation isn't some miracle solution that protects you all by itself. It's one helpful piece of a much bigger health picture. And you absolutely cannot eat garbage food, skip exercise, avoid your doctor, and expect masturbation to somehow protect your prostate. It contributes to better outcomes. Yes, but only when it's combined with an overall healthy approach to living that includes eating well, staying active, managing stress, and getting regular medical checkups. So what else is actually going on in your body as the years pass? Let me break down 3 major shifts happening in your prostate after you turn 40. The first one is growth and fluid backup. Like I mentioned, your prostate naturally expands as you age in what doctors call benign prostatic hyperplasia or BPH. This isn't cancer, but it causes most of those urinary issues I described. And as this gland grows, it also gets worse at pushing out the fluids it produces, which leads to retention. That creates constant pressure and discomfort down there and contributes to ongoing low-level inflammation throughout your body, which drives all kinds of health problems. The second major change involves your hormones shifting around. As men get older, your testosterone naturally starts dropping beginning around 30 and continuing downward through your 40s, 50s, and beyond. Meanwhile, your body starts converting whatever testosterone remains into a much stronger hormone called dihydrotestosterone or DHT, and higher DHT levels make your prostate cells multiply faster, which directly causes that enlargement we're talking about. So understanding these hormonal changes is really important for understanding what's happening to your prostate. The third shift is increased risk of cellular problems developing. Think about it this way. Your body replaces billions of old cells with new ones every single day, and over decades of this constant cellular division, there's simply a higher chance that copying errors will happen, leading to abnormal or potentially cancerous cells forming. When you combine that with chronic inflammation and hormonal changes, and just getting older in general, it means your risk for conditions like prostate cancer goes up. And that's exactly why staying proactive with regular screening isn't optional. It's absolutely necessary for catching issues early when treatment works best. Now that you understand what's happening, let's talk about what you can actually do. Here's your 4-part game plan for keeping your prostate healthy going forward. Part 1 is getting checked annually, and this is absolutely non-negotiable. Starting around 40 or whenever your doctor suggests based on your family history, you need an annual visit with a urologist. This means 2 things. First is the PS, a blood test measuring a specific protein that indicates prostate issues. Second is the digital rectal exam or DRE, which I know makes everyone uncomfortable. But let's be real for a second. We're talking about a 15-second exam that could save your life by finding problems while they're still treatable. It has nothing to do with your manhood or masculinity. What matters is your health and your future. And catching cancer early is hands down the most important factor in beating it with minimal side effects. So don't let old-fashioned embarrassment or fear stop you from getting this simple screening that could literally add years to your life. Part 2 is eating to fight inflammation. Because your body needs proper fuel to function and protect itself, this means cutting way back on or eliminating foods that create inflammation in your system, like red meat, especially processed meats, packaged processed foods, anything fried, and hidden sugars that are in so many things we eat. Instead, fill your plate with colorful vegetables, fresh fruit, and healthy fats from foods like avocados, raw nuts, wild fish, and real olive oil. Now here's that powerful food I promised to tell you about, tomatoes. These are loaded with an antioxidant called lycopene, and research shows it offers serious protection for your prostate. And here's something most guys don't know. Your body actually absorbs lycopene much better from cooked tomatoes than raw ones. So tomato sauce, tomato paste, even plain ketchup without added sugar are genuinely good for prostate health. Try to get tomato-based foods into your diet 3 or 4 times weekly for maximum benefit. Part 3 is moving your body consistently, and I'm not saying you need to run marathons or live in the gym, but you do need regular, intentional movement. Shoot for 30 minutes of moderate activity like walking at a good pace, swimming or riding a bike on most days, and lifting weights or doing resistance training is excellent for keeping your hormones balanced naturally as you age. There's also one specific exercise that directly helps your prostate, Kegel exercises. These strengthen the muscles, supporting your bladder and prostate while improving urinary control and even helping sexual function. And they're simple to do anywhere without anyone noticing. Just tighten the muscles you'd use to stop peeing midstream. Hold that squeeze for 3 to 5 seconds, then relax. Do 10 to 15 reps like this. Practice twice or 3 times daily. And within weeks, you'll notice real improvements in bladder control and pelvic strength. Part 4 is drinking enough water, and I know this sounds too basic, but it's critical for prostate and urinary health. Getting plenty of clean water throughout your day dilutes your urine, which means less irritation to your bladder and urethra, keeps everything flowing smoothly through your urinary system, and helps flush out the toxins and waste that build up and cause inflammation. Aim for 2 to 3 liters daily, depending on your size and how active you are. It's such a small, easy habit, but the impact on your long-term health is huge. Let me bring this all together for you. Taking care of your prostate isn't something you can put off until problems get serious. It's a core part of taking charge of your health and making sure you maintain quality of life with energy and confidence for decades ahead. Breaking through the silence around these topics and getting solid, accurate information is the most powerful thing you can do. Your health is your responsibility, period. Nobody else is going to take care of it for you. And taking action based on what you learned today is how you protect your future. Here's exactly what I want you to do starting right now. Pick just one of those 4 parts I shared, only one, and commit to it for the next month. Maybe that's finally scheduling the checkup you've been avoiding. Maybe it's adding tomatoes to your meals 3 times a week. Maybe it's a daily walk around the block. Or maybe it's doing those Kegel exercises while you brush your teeth twice a day. Choose whatever feels most doable right now and make it happen for 30 days straight. I guarantee you'll start feeling different, not just physically, but mentally too. You'll feel more in control and more confident about your health. Then, once that habit is solid, add the second part, then the third. And before long, you'll have a complete lifestyle protecting your prostate for the rest of your life. If this video gave you useful information you didn't have before, smash that like button right now so more men can find it. Share it with someone you know who needs to hear this because you might literally save their life by getting them this information. And subscribe for more straight talk about men's health. Drop a comment and tell me which one of those 4 parts you're starting with this week. Let's support each other and keep each other accountable because we're all dealing with the same challenges. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.